guys, let's talk about parabolas. Today we're going to talk about just parabolas more in depth than what we're used to seeing, as far as y equals x squared and all that stuff. We have two different types of situations, either horizontal or vertical. So what I have written down on our paper, or on my notes here, are two different formulas, kind of for the same thing. One has a fraction, one doesn't. There's a way to get rid of the fraction and get, it's all the same stuff. And so on the old reference materials for Algebra 2 STAR test, you were given these blue formulas. In our textbook, it uses the purple formulas. So it kind of depends on what you're looking at, or what reference materials you're using. But anyway, I just want to be sure you have both and just kind of are aware that both can happen and you can see both. When we're talking about parabolas, you have horizontal and you have vertical ones. So vertical ones, y equals x squared, we're used to that. Move this all around, put a 4 out in front, flip it upside down, give it a negative, all that stuff. X equals y squared opens to the right, so it's kind of like the inverse type deal of y equals x squared. Now, if this was x equals negative y squared, it opened to the left, and just like if this is y equals negative x squared, it opened downward. Okay, got the two examples from the notes here, from our book. First thing is finding out where the vertex is. So the vertex is right there. So our vertex is going to be at -5, comma, -2. Now, there's one thing that's not on here that we really need to have on there, and that's both the focus and the directrix. So in your homework tonight, you should see that you have a little dot probably kind of in this area, and you probably have a horizontal or vertical line depending on where it is, kind of like this. That is called the focus. You're familiar with the focus. We had that with ellipses and hyperbolas. This is the directrix. Probably not as familiar with that. It's the first time you've seen it. You don't really have to know why it's there. You just got to know that it is there. So the focus and the directrix, this to there and this to there, are the same amount of units. And coincidentally, that is 3, and I kind of accidentally drew a 3. But anyway, so the focus is going to be at -5, comma 1. And then our directrix is going to be an equation. So y equals, and looks to be at -5. You will always be given the focus and directrix. That's my bad for not having this printed on there, so please forgive me on that. The next thing, axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry is the kind of invisible line that cuts our parabola in half. So kind of this red line right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's x equals -5. So last thing is the equation. So since it's vertical, I'm going to be using this. I don't like the fraction one as much, so I'm going to be using this. So x minus h squared. So h is this, so it's actually going to be x plus 5. Remember that whole opposite thing. You are pretty good at that now. Equals, and then 4 times my p. Now my p, like I said, is the distance between the directrix and the vertex, or the focus and the vertex. So once again, that's 3. So 4 times 3 is 12. So 4 times 3, a little note there. And then we have y minus k. So y minus, or plus 2. And I'm just getting all this stuff straight from here. So y minus k, yada, 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 all that is right there. Okay, go ahead and pause it. Before we pause, I want to be sure I give you a vertex, or a focus here. Let's put our focus here, and I'll put our directrix here. So go ahead and pause it, give yourself some time to figure out all that info, and then let's go ahead and double check our work. Okay, I've had plenty of time. Our vertex is at -3, comma 4. We'll come back to the equation here in a second after we work our way through. The focus is going to be at 1, comma 4. Our directrix this time, since it's horizontal, it's going to be a vertical line from my directrix. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. X equals -7. My axis of symmetry is going to be y equals, because it's horizontal, y equals 4. Now hopefully you may see a pattern here that if it's vertical, this number of the vertex, the x value, and the axis of symmetry number are the same. And then if it's horizontal, 4 and 4 are the same once again. Alrighty, so last thing for the equation. So since it's horizontal, we're going to be using this guy, y minus k squared equals 4px minus h. So first part is y minus k squared. So I got y and then minus 4 squared equals 4 times p. So this time p is 4 units. So from here to there is 4 units. So 4 times 4 is 16. And then x minus your h, but x minus negative 3 would be a positive 3. Alrighty, that's pretty much it. One last thing, once again, if this parabola is opening to the left, the only thing that would change in this entire equation, um, well, let me draw this a little differently here. If it had the exact same vertex and everything, so it was here and here, open to the left. Then our directrix would be back here, and our focus would be up here. So those points would obviously kind of change as far as that goes. But the only other thing as far as the equation goes is that this 16 would be negative 16. So if it opens to the left, it's negative. This number is negative, or if it opens downward. So if this one we're opening downward, then this 12 would be a negative. Alrighty, good luck. There's plenty of info on here. Let me know if you've got any questions. Going for tutoring. See ya. Bye.